and I'm not saying anything except from what you saw is what happened. But who manifested it? Was it really a ghost? Or was it something from the outside at 2 a.m. in the morning? No. Hi, this is Ash from the closet. And I would normally podcast now every 2 weeks and let it out on a Friday. So in Danish time, Friday morning. I know I did podcast every week for the first many episodes, but due to work and family and life itself, I think it's better every 2 weeks. The thing is that I sit here with no manuscript, never have a manuscript. I'm being inspired from my higher self when I need to do a podcast. And actually this morning, I just sent out a podcast number 38. And what happens? I have a conversation with a friend, a spiritual friend, together with my morning coffee, and I'm being so inspired to finish and continue from episode 33. Episode #33 is about protecting your life energy. And because I only do podcasts between 20 and 24 minutes, because you are also a busy woman and you also have a life, so I don't want to make them longer. But listening to #33 about protecting our life energy and energy-sucking vampires who drain our life force out of us, I just need to proceed with it because the podcast could not, of course, be longer. So maybe you want to listen to 33 first, or maybe you don't. It doesn't matter. It is this topic today about protecting our life energy. And it's also with a little story about the paranormal universe I'm actually also living and experiencing. But I want to include this episode with a paranormal experience, like I told you in the last episode. And I don't want to put myself in the spotlight because it didn't happen to me, but it happened in my house. Freaky. And it just recently happened to one of my children. And I want to put it in the perspective about protecting our life energy again. But also to lift it up a little bit from #33 and go a little bit deeper. Because when we are protecting ourselves from energy-sucking vampires or from negative energies or from people or situation that drains us and makes us tired, when we can acknowledge it and say it out loudly that I need my solitude now, I need my space, I need to withdraw and spend time by myself, alone maybe, because I need to recover, I need to balance, and I need to put myself first. That's perfectly fine. We all do it, and we actually all need it. But from my perspective and life experience and from communication with spirits and my higher self, I know that it's a victim state of mind if we do it because we think that the reason is I'm being drained by going to events with a lot of people and spending time with my colleagues and maybe going off for a city trip where I'm with people all the time, I'm around people and noise all the time. And it sucks my energy. My life energy is being sucked out, and after I feel drained and I need to withdraw for some time, maybe a day or two, or maybe actually I need vacation after events like this. Hey. That's from the victim mode. Yeah, the victim mode. We think that it's good for us, and it is. But I have to tell you one thing that might be a little bit disturbing, but it's quite positive actually. We don't need a lot of time to do that, to recover, to balance, to find our inner strength again, to fill up our life energy holder inside. It's a metaphor, but to fill up our energy source again with life force. No, it doesn't take a lot. You know what it takes? It takes only a breathing. Yeah, it does. It takes a breathing, and it takes an awareness that you can do it fast, because honestly, time and space doesn't exist. And we exist as a physical being, a spiritual being living a human existence. And why do we need days or weeks or hours to recover and balance ourselves? It's a false belief system. It's a false belief system, because in reality, we don't need a lot of time. We have to, it's a choice. If you want to recover fastly, and I know it from life experience, because I'm around a lot of people I teach. I'm around a lot of people, a lot of children, people all around all the time. And I can power nap for a few minutes, or just sit for a few minutes. Or I can do it in and out in a few seconds to restore myself and my prana, my chi, my life energy. I'm talking seconds. Breathing in, breathing out. Seconds. Connecting myself to the ground, to the universe, to everything that does me good, to the light. If you like, also call it God, the source. It takes only a breathing. It's all up to you what you want to call it, but all you need to do is reconnect. Because it's all about connection, nothing else. So when we are around people and in situation where we feel drained, we should spin our energy field, spin our atoms in a higher, faster vibration. And we do it with awareness as we're breathing in and breathing out, letting go of things we don't need in our energetic field and in our system. Breathing in and breathing out again, breathing out, spinning faster, lifting ourselves to a higher vibration. Now we're in an altered state of mind. Suddenly, it took seconds. And we can close our eyes, or we can look at something beautiful when we do it. But if we believe, I say false belief systems, because that's being in a closet that's too tight. We are so much more. Let's open up the door and get out of that closet, that tight cabinet, and know and remember that we are etheric beings, actually in our essence. We don't need a lot of time to recover, to balance. So we don't need to limit ourselves. That's how we are programmed. I know, and that's all I want to say about that. But it's not the truth. It's not the only truth. It's not the only way of living. So we can breathe in and out for seconds. Deep breath, in and out your nose or mouth. Don't let anybody tell you what's right or wrong. You know best. What feels right in that moment? You know best. You are the creator of your life. And then spin your atoms, your energy faster. And that's it. You're already there. And you can open up your eyes and continue your everyday life, or continue what it is that just, or who it is that just drained you. It's not a victim state we need to be in. And I like that we are here not to suffer. We live in this dualistic world, but we think that suffering is a way to grow spiritually and personally. It isn't. It isn't. It's just a part of it. but it's not the only way. And then I want to go into the story and I want to put it together, the paranormal experience. So I have a son. I have a son who lives in the house, and he's not a spiritual person. He claims he's very sensitive, but he needs to work his own way through life. So I will not put anything on my children. Nothing spiritual, they have to find it out themselves. All I can do is be an example, and they don't need to copy me in any way at all. So he needs to clean the dance school that's in the house, because I have a dance school in my house. In our house, I would like to say. That's in the middle of the house. And I tell him that's one of his chores. That's one of the things he needs to do. So he's cleaning before the students are coming. And in his world, it doesn't have to be in the daytime or after the students leave. No. It can be in the middle of the night, because he's awake in the middle of the night. Even though he needs to go to school, he's a teenager and he's awake during the night sometimes, or if not, almost all the time at the moment. Yeah. So vacuuming and cleaning the dance school, that can take place in the middle of the night. But he learns a lesson, I tell you. He learns a lesson in the middle of the night, and it makes him experience something that changes him. It doesn't actually learn him anything, but it gives him a chance to look in himself and to grow from that experience. He goes to the dance school at 2:00 a.m., puts on the light because he needs to see, he needs to vacuum, he needs to clean the bathrooms or the restrooms, and he needs to clean. So there he is. He's got his AirPods in his ears, he's listening to music, he's cleaning, and he takes a trash bin, the trash bin in the bathroom, in the restroom, puts it on the floor outside to get the vacuum cleaner. As he enters the hallway again to the dance school, the trash bin throws itself with full power through the room to the other end of the hallway, the wardrobe it is actually. And all the paper from the trash bin, it just flies out. He stares at it in resentment, in fear, and in emotions he cannot really comprehend because he doesn't know what's going on. This is a poltergeist phenomena. And he is scared to death. He closes the door, he leaves the place, and he doesn't clean. He doesn't vacuum. The next day he tells me, I'm not going to do that cleaning. And I'm like, no, you're not going to do that cleaning at 2 a.m. in the morning. Do it at a better time. Because you don't believe in ghosts. You don't believe in the spiritual world. And I'm not saying anything except from what you saw is what happened. But who manifested it? Was it really a ghost? Or was it something from the outside that gave you an experience you could grow from? I'm not saying what's right and wrong here. I'm just telling you what happened. And he still cleans the dance school, but he does it only in the daytime now. He's not scared of darkness, and he doesn't believe it was a horror story going on in the dance studio, but something made him more awake. Something made him more aware. And the thing is that he now knows better how to protect himself. Because most people don't think it's a good idea to clean a place in the middle of the night, where all your senses are heightened, where you should maybe actually sleep and restore yourself and your body and have some time in bed to be fresh in the morning, going to school or going to work. the best situation would maybe have been that he was in bed. And his higher self and whoever is working with him is giving him an experience where he grows. And from that place, he decides that it's not good for him to clean in the middle of the night. It doesn't serve him well. So it actually showed him a better version. So now he only cleans in the daytime, and he doesn't want to talk about the episode because it freaks him out. But it made him change a habit. It made him change something that did not serve him good. So do you see what I mean? I'm just giving you an example, and it just happened recently actually in the house. I'm not saying it's a source from the outside, something bad that wanted to scare him. I'm not saying it's anything. I'm not saying what it is. I want you to put your own belief systems into it and see what you think it is. My perspective is from our higher self that gives us experiences so we can grow. And he did grow from it. Yeah. Anyway, see it from a bigger perspective that we actually don't need to go into solitude or go and stay by ourselves to balance ourselves. We can do that for the good entertainment of our own company and just to be comfortable about being in our own space and our own company and do things that do us good and relax and don't have any obligations and don't need to do anything, or maybe cooking good food and watching our favorite program or speaking to our favorite people and do things that do our good. Or maybe it's just a lot of obligations we also need to do, but still stay in our own space and company to do ourselves good. That's perfectly fine. But we should not use the energy-sucking episodes or people to be an excuse to do that. No, we are in a new world now. We are in a new frequency. So we have to be more aware and acknowledge that we are bigger than that. So going into solitude is just for a second to restore ourselves, balance ourselves. It's just a few seconds. 1 second or a few seconds. The breathing is needed because that's our anchor. That's who we are. We are breathing entities, human beings at the moment. So we use our anchor and breathe in and out, like I said prior in this episode. And from there, we think also when we start vibrating faster. As an awareness, we do it deliberately, lifting our conscious mind into an altered state of mind. So we can attract like. Like attracts like. Yeah, you see what I'm saying now? We don't want to be in a lower vibration for a longer time. That's why I say we are so much more than just a being who needs to go, or a person who needs to go into solitude to restore and balance herself. We only need seconds because we don't want to stay in that victim mode or in that state of mind for a long period. You see what I'm talking about now? Like attract like. The law of attraction. So we want to stay there for a short period. And that's what we can do. Breathing in and out, spinning higher in our vibration, and thinking about something nice. Looking at something nice. Sitting in something nice. Like in nature, on your good chair, or just standing and close off everything around you. Make that front yard, like I mentioned in #33. But all you need to do is just seconds. Do it just seconds. So you can attract energy that's more in a higher vibration, and that's how we can start to manifest what we want in life. I hope you see my point. Or maybe you need to listen to it again. But I do hope you see my point. Again, we don't want to be victims of any circumstances. We don't want to stay in the old essence where we think that we need to withdraw to protect and balance ourselves for a longer period. No, just seconds. Just seconds. That's all it takes. We are so much more than we can ever imagine. So wake up with me. Wake up. Wake up with me. Wake up, my darling.